This is Coffee Chat, Redefining the Empty Nest. Here are your hosts, Lisa McGrath and Renee Lowry.
Hi, welcome to Coffee Chat, Redefining the Empty Nest. I'm Lisa McGrath.
And I'm Renee Lowry.
And we're here today as we show up for our vlog each week. But this week, we're answering questions. So we're here this week, and we want to answer your questions. So if you ever have a question for us, or you want to add a comment, please do so below, or go over to our Facebook page as well, Redefining the Empty Nest. And if you'd like to be a guest, you can do so at www.redefiningtheemptynest.com. So Renee, how are you doing today? It's good to see you.
I'm doing great. Thank you. You too. I love this question that we got today. It's a great one. This unique perspective for us. I love it. I am a very emotional person visibly, though I have this crazy amount of empathy. I cry at Sylvan Learning commercials. So I might tear up this time because it's a tender situation. But it's a great one, and I'm so excited to share this letter. So I'll just jump right in.
Yeah, share the question, please.
Yeah. I'm a widower dad of two girls. One is leaving for college this fall, and one who is in high school still. My question is, I'd like to involve their mother in making this occasion great, the leaving for college, but I'm not sure how to go about it. Can you share any thoughts or ideas?
Okay, so you're in the you're a little bit in a similar situation as far as you've got one that already went off to college and one at home already.
Yes.
So there's some kind of a comparison. So I love that first of all, I love that we have a man question from a man. I didn't realize we had men watching. I kind of thought it was all women. Not that we've been doing this a long time, but most of the people.
Glad.
Yeah,
There's
we're
empty
glad.
nester dads too.
Yeah,
I love it.
empty nester dads too. So that's first of all, that's really great. Now the other thing that I think is awesome is that he's being so thoughtful.
Yeah.
To think,
it's a huge gift he's giving his daughters, even just asking this question. It takes some guts to ask this question, but it's wonderful that you're coming out and you're getting ideas and you're really trying to bring their mother into this equation. It's a fascinating story, and one that I'm sure your girls will reap the rewards from for years and years to come by you involving their mother in this process. And you can do it a little differently for each daughter, even, a similar construct, but different words, different things. For example, I do have one idea. I think it would be great for you to, on the day of or the day before, that weekend, before or after, take the girls to a favorite family spot, the beach or a restaurant, somewhere where you can cry and it not be too obvious or you're too embarrassed, but somewhere that's private and that's just for you guys. And share stories that you love, that you remember, that are embarrassing, that are fun, of the daughter that's leaving. And also favorite stories of mom. That's a great way to incorporate mom into this day and make it special for everyone. Not only that, but we all like hearing stories about ourselves, right? And fun memories and sharing. So that daughter who's leaving will also enjoy all this extra attention that's poured into her in that moment.
I see your yeah.
I know. I'm telling you. My family loves to make fun of me. I cry at the drop of a hat. If anything emotional, that's me.
Here's something that I'm thinking when I see you like this is just because. Did he give us his name? Do you have his name?
Yes, his name is Tom. That's all I have.
Oh, well, I would like to invite Tom to come on as a guest as well, and tell us how this works out for him, really, and what he used to do. I think that'd be great fun. But something that occurs to me is that I like jewelry or like a scarf. I wear a lot of scarves usually, and so maybe I don't know if he still has any of his wife's jewelry or clothing, but to be able to offer that to the daughter that's going away, that might be something very special that belonged to her mom. But the other thing is if he doesn't have a piece of jewelry that belonged to the mom or a simple scarf or something, why not go purchase that and say, this would have been a present I would have bought for your mom? For whether Mother's Day or her birthday or just because I loved her. And so that
I
sentiment
see.
could be carried over to the daughter. So I
Like
really
it
kind of,
represents her
yeah,
mom and she can wear it on the day of the graduation. That's a wonderful idea. I love that one. Love
I
that
think,
idea.
yeah, because I know for myself, um, a piece of jewelry or something that was handmade, because I love that. I've always wanted family, and so anything that represents family, anything that and a family. When I say that, it's not necessarily the people we were born to. So I have friends that have become my family, and when they see enough to give me a present, I take that seriously, and I cherish it. So it has meaning. So a lot of the things that I have, there's a story behind them. There's a meaning behind them. And
Yeah.
when you go off to college or you go off to wherever, your new apartment or whatever, that cherished item that they bring that satisfaction, that hope, that faith that everything's going to be okay. This is a piece of home. So that would be my big one, is to give away something.
I I love that idea. The other thing with that is that if it is something that represents their mother, this is something they could put on to get a little bit of extra strength at the new job interview later on down the road,
Mm,
or as they have their first child, they're wearing this piece of jewelry that represents their mom. And so she's part of every process for the rest of their lives, if it's something indestructible like a piece of jewelry. Um, but that is wonderful. And that's you defining your own life for you and your family. It's making great things happen that, it's just like out of nowhere, but it's for you. It's you writing your own story. Um, I love that idea. So those are a couple of ideas. Did you have any other ones, especially off the top of
well,
your head? And one
listening
we
to
would
you,
like to,
go ahead.
sorry, we would like to also encourage our listeners. If you have any ideas for Tom, please share them in the comments too, because I'm sure he's going to be excited to get all kinds of ideas. But what were you going to say, Lisa?
Well, when you said, with the writing, and a lot of what I do in my business is writing, right? I have the Legacy Project as well as some of the other publishing that I do. But what if he was to write them a letter? Now, by writing them that letter, sharing his thoughts and expressing how the mom's expectations or the desires for that child, and how, I just think that letter, or I like a letter rather than a card, but it's something it can tangible. You can hold on to it and you can read it again and have it. So I think that might be great too. A personal letter in his own hand is what I'm
Yeah,
kind of thinking. That would be a
that
great
would
gift
be
as well.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anything
that
so
would be great.
that again, like you just said, it's about that strength. And so when you're building a relationship it doesn't even have to be father daughter or father son, mom daughter. Um, but when you're building a relationship with people, that communication is key. And to be able to express how you're feeling, the emotions, and for him to even ask this question, there's obviously some emotion going on, and that's important for him to share with the daughters. But you're a relationship expert. What do you say?
That's instrumental. You're exactly correct. Just him asking these questions shows so much character, so much strength. We've said before, it's difficult to ask for help. And this is one way of asking for help. It's an innocent question, but it is help. You're reaching out, and being a dad, I'm sure it's not easy to have two daughters, without the mom influence raising girls when you didn't have that experience yourself because you were a boy. This it's challenging, and I very much commend the effort that you're making here. This is huge. And your girls will see it as huge. Anything you do, no matter how large or small, anything you do, if you can just barely choke out the words, I know your mom's with you here today. That's enough.
Yeah.
It's that whatever you can do, it's enough. Um, and uh, and that's just really the key is it's your connection. It's your connection with your girls. It's you making the effort. It's you showing support. In turn, these girls that you're raising will eventually become your support too. It won't be you have daughters anymore. It'll be you have girls that are your friends that are also your daughters, but they're old, they're taking care of you eventually. They're partners with you. You do things together like team instead of just daddy and daughters. You're raising your support network
So
and you're
that would
showing
be
them very clearly how to be supportive. This is great. It's amazing. It's an amazing
so
story.
it's that support network. So that's real important. When we started, when we were chatting and doing all of what we did behind the scenes, and then this idea came about of coffee chat, redefining the empty nest. We mostly thought about women. We thought about women and what it meant to their lives, and now we've learned a lesson. It's important for us to remember that it's men as well, and building that support network, having people to talk to, share your emotions. And it doesn't have to be your daughters, it could be other people, but having that support is so powerful. And it allows you the strength to wish your children well and to send them off and allow them to fly. And I think
Yes.
that growing alone, it can be a tough time. Like I've said in the past, I had a problem. I wanted to share my advice and opinions with my children, and now they're grown men, and I still want to tell them how to live their lives and run their families, including what they should name their children. So I just know that there's strength in communication and allowing them
So
to
true.
be, to be them.
The greatest part of this support that you're talking about there is that it there's power in just sharing yourself. I don't know if you have anything that you're afraid to talk about, but the minute you start talking about it, there's support there. Even if it's just from you, you feel more empowered when you talk about it. You take the fear away when you talk about it. When you put stuff out there, feelings out there, it takes the power away from the fear and it gives the words, the solutions power. You're finding solutions. You're finding that confidence within yourself when you talk about it. And so that's what support is. You have to reach out. You have to reach across the table and say, "Hey, I need help with this," or just find a platform like this one and
Mhm.
come on our show and be a guest on Coffee Chat and say, "Hey, I'm really struggling with this."
Help
Because
me.
you're going to get support from places you never imagined. There's going to be people who hear your story and say, "Wow, I'm not alone. This is great." That's power boost and confidence for you. And you take that fear away when you talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, support is essential in any major life transition. Losing a loved one is a major life transition. Um, Becoming an empty nester, another giant life transition. Um, so yeah, always support is so essential, and that's what we want to be, Lisa. I know we talk about this a lot. That's what we want to do for empty nesters is provide this framework for you to come and share, and we do have a good time.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Really.
you're just thinking too. So when I moved into a house, I had someone bring flowers, and that was really lovely. I love flowers. But then there was somebody else that brought a plant, and she even said in the card she didn't bring flowers because that was temporary. That she hoped the plant would, carry on and be there monthly in my new home, and it was a way of saying good luck. So when you go, your daughter is going off to the dorm or an apartment, maybe when she does, you could give her a plant. And then the other thing that just dawned on me, is when the kids went off to school, I sent, like a gift box. I don't know if there's a name for them, but I would send a box with goodies in it. And at one point, because I wasn't hearing enough from my boys, I even wrote, like, remember Mad Libs where you fill in the blank? It was, "Dear Mom, life is, and then I put a blank, and I am doing blank. And I sent it with the envelopes and a stamp, but there was, just different things in the care package. That's what it was called. I would put together these care packages. He could do the same thing. And in those care packages, he could include little things that the mom used to like if she had a
Or
favorite
even,
candy.
yeah, or even thoughts that he's heard the mom say about that child. Like your
Yeah,
mom once told me blah blah blah. You were a
yeah,
great kid, or yeah,
yeah. I think sharing those memories, and because the mom does have a legacy, the legacy is in those children. And
yeah,
sharing that information is so important because there's going to be a time that that's all they're going to have is their memories. And so that's something that's important, that we realize that the here and now, we say and do the things and communicate the things that we want our loved ones to know.
yeah.
So that's
And
important.
my family's big in tech. My husband does everything tech, films everything, blah blah blah. Something else you might consider if you do go somewhere and share stories on graduation day or weekend or something, you could record that with each of the girls, so that they get to have that memory also of a recorded sharing of life with them before they left for college, and including their mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, that might be really great. That would be an awesome gift to give each of the kids, of that hour and a half you guys spend sharing stories and memories and talking. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I love brainstorming, and I can't wait to
Yeah,
listen and hear ideas that other people share. But I'd really love it if Tom would come on and share what happened, what he chose. So I hope we hear about
yeah,
that. And I want to say thank you for him for joining us. I love it.
yeah, me too. All right. Well, if you would like to be a guest speaker on Coffee Chat, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and you can apply to speak at www.redefiningtheemptiness.com. We would love to have you come on and share your story with us.
Absolutely. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
If you'd like to be a guest on Coffee Chat, follow the link, be a speaker, and apply. Subscribe and like our videos. You can follow Redefining the Empty Nest on YouTube or join the Facebook group.